Hey, Sean here from SpeedCubeReview.com. I got a package in the mail. I have no idea what's in it. Let's take a look. And it is what I was thinking. It is the new magnetic MeiLong series. Now, well, let me open this first before I start talking. Okay, so before I open these, I already have a couple magnetic MeiLongs. And this one was magnetized by the factory. There's no magnetic slots, so they just sort of glued in magnets of what they felt worked. And this 4x4, I don't know if this is the one they magnetized or the one that I did. It might be the one I did because I'm seeing some sort of reflection of glue residue. Now, I almost used this at Nationals, but I actually did use this 4x4 at Nationals over any other 4x4. I liked it because it was smaller. It's 59 millimeters instead of 60 or 62, which is more standard size. So these ones, though, are going to have actually magnetic slots. And I've never tried the magnetic 2 and 5, but let's take a look. I've seen some really good things about these. As I'm opening these up and probably ripping the boxes, are they taped? It's taped, that's why I'm ripping it. Oh well, I'm not saving them anyways. Let's see what comes in this extra thing here. We have cards and a screwdriver. I have so many of those screwdrivers. Ooh, and a stand. There we go. So we do still have this matte plastic. It's not really that matte. It's still kind of grippy. It's sort of something in between. The colors are different. The blue is darker. The green is darker. The red is darker. What about orange? Orange looks to be about the same, and yellow looks to be a little bit brighter. So a little bit nicer shades. What I was going to say is that I see very often people asking, what is the better budget cube? And they'll say, you know, I've got the MeiLong or the other budget ones that are under $10 from some other companies that I won't talk about right now because this unboxing is specifically for Moyu. And yeah, I do like these colors. The one thing that I usually say is that neither is better. If anyone says one is better than the other, it's usually just one they like more, or they don't even have them and just saying whatever they feel like they're supposed to say. But what's good about these puzzles is the size and weight. So as far as the size of them, these ones, where's my caliper? Here we go. Let's get the size and weight of these before I get going with anything else. So we've got about 55.5. Is this one still just 50? Yeah, a little under 50, although with stickers it might be 50. 4x4 is just under 59, and 5x5 is, oh, just under 60. So stickers will add a little bit of a weight to it. Or, I mean, weight, but also the size, the width of it. And the weight of this, we've got 71 grams. So compared to, let's say, what would be something good to relate it to? Here is the MeiLong, or sorry, not the MeiLong, the WeiLong WRM, and that's 87, so quite a bit heavier than this one. Okay, let's go through performance. So we've got, well, let me clean up this area a little bit too. So 2x2. Very light. A little clacky. It feels like the springs are not super tight, but it flows very fast. So I think some heavy lubrication would make this a bit less clacky. And as far as performance, I mean, I feel like I can get a little more performance idea out of scrambling it than my slow solves. But it's very fast and light and a little bit clacky. So I definitely put in some heavy lubrication to slow that down. So here, let's see here. I've been trying to actually do a little bit of like my CMLL practice. That would obviously not be a good finger trick for 2x2, but yeah. I need to set it up a little bit, but something very nice and light. If you like a light feeling puzzle, this 2x2 might be perfect for you. Let's do this one. So what do we have? There we go. And then I think this one would be There we go. Okay. 3x3. So yeah, it's sort of a matte plastic, although it's not too bad. You can even see it's almost glossy. I always wonder what that line is, if that line is just, because I always see in a lot of puzzles where that the mold has. There's a line right there. Oh. It's a lot tighter and smoother. The tensions are very tight. That's why. I've added a lot of lubrication to this one to slow it down, and this already feels like that. So we have tight tensions. I can't even see the base of the corner stock. That's what I usually look for. So I'd go even a little bit looser than this. But corner cutting's over 45. Let's do 2 solves. I'll do a roux solve, and then I'll do a C-fop solve. The roux one's going to be definitely slower, but I'm still working on that because I want to see how end slices are on this. Okay. Yeah, it's a little slick, but this seems like something similar to the game puzzles that'll just get a little glossy over time. I polished this one specifically with aluminum polish, but yeah, this one should get better just with time. There we go. And this is, there we go. Okay. Yeah, it's very light. I like this feeling of it. I might want to loosen the tensions, which is very odd for me to say. But also, after a little bit of solving, usually the cube loosens up a bit. I don't know if that's just from things settling in, maybe the springs breaking in initially and not being as tight feeling. But let's do a C-fop solve. Oop, did the wrong thing there. Okay, yeah. So let's check out these ones now. Also quite a bit tight. Now, honestly, I'm happy that they're coming out of the factory a bit tight, especially for people that are starting out. So I know right away what kind of tensions I like, but people are starting out tend to just use them, and then if they pop, they honestly think that it broke on them, and so it's good. Now, these are very not lubricated right now. I'm not going to do anything with this one, but I'm going to do a 4x4 solve. I'm going to move the camera a little out of the way, so that way I have a little more room to actually look at this puzzle and get a better solve on here. So hold on for just a second. Okay, it's been a while since I've done a 4x4 solve. Actually, let me move this a little bit more. So I haven't done any setup to this, haven't done any lubrication, just gonna, or any tension adjustment either, just right out of the box. Okay. So orange is nice to start. Oh. Okay, so that's an issue that I've been seeing right now, and I completely messed that up. So we're just going to erase that. Because it's a little tight and it's moving really, really, really fast, when it's catching, it's just moving everywhere. So I actually need to slow this down a little bit. So we're going to do that again. I have no idea what I did to this. Okay, so I'm just going to turn more accurately, turn a little bit slower. I'm not going to lubricate it yet. I know that if I loosen the tensions a little bit and lubricate to slow it down, it's not going to do that thing where it catches and then just flies. But I'm going to try to adjust it without doing any of that. I definitely really like this puzzle. I like this light turning. The one thing I would like to see is it being more flexible, which, you know, just loosening the tensions can help with that. But this is something that I might use at a competition over any other 4x4 that's out there. And the big reason is the smaller size. This 58.5 millimeter size is glorious. Okay, let's see what we can do here. Blue is a good place to start. Whoop, already almost did that again. Okay, so I have to be a lot more cautious. Cross edges are done. Centers are done. Whoop, there we go. And where am I looking at? There we go. Come on. There we go. Okay, so yeah. Not a great time for me, but a good sort of starting point with this. I would definitely use this a lot more. For the 5x5 is similar. It's nice and light, a little bit smaller, but I don't know, I don't do enough 5x5 to really feel like I can give it anything above what, you know, I'm saying for this 4x4. Definitely feels a little bit more stable. But the 3x3, I think the big thing for this, if you're looking for a budget puzzle, of course, it's great. It's magnetic. If you want something that's a smaller size and has a nice light turning, this would be it. Definitely, here, let me put all blue in front. There we go. If you want something that has a matte finish, this will have it, but it's going to get glossy a little bit. So if you don't like the matte finish, don't worry about it. Just use it. After a couple hundred sols, it's going to get glossy no matter what. I don't think I polished this one. No, I didn't for sure. And it's definitely very grippy and feels much nicer. So yeah, so very nice puzzles. I'll be using it a lot more for sure. If you have any thoughts or questions, leave them in the comment section below. And as always, stop by speedcubeview.com for more news and reviews.